Hey guys, this is Noah with Ask for Noah Property Solutions, and on today's SBS we have Karen and Alicia with essentially Haitos. If you guys want to introduce yourself.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Karen. I'm the mom.
And I'm the daughter.
So we have a mom-daughter business today for the SBS episode, and we all know what SBS stands for. It's Small Business Saturdays, where we collaborate over competition. We want to build a community where we bring all businesses together and we can all uplift each other. So why don't we dive right in and tell us a little bit about each other.
Okay. Should I start?
Yeah, you start.
Okay. Just about me personally, or like
Yeah,
how we got started in the
We'll start
business?
personally, and then we'll dive into how you guys got started.
Okay.
It's a journey.
Wow, I don't know how far back to go. All I'll say is this is a third career for me. I never thought I would be doing this, meaning formulating skincare. And I got in it because trying to help her with her teenage skin. And that's how it started.
Awesome. So you said third career. So what was the first two careers?
I was a CPA a long time ago. And then I was a high school teacher at Lebanon High School. And then I left there in 2019.
Amazing teacher, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
He was my favorite student.
Yes, accounting. I loved it. FBLA was fun. Yeah, so shout out to that.
Yeah.
So you went from being a CPA to what you do now. That's
that's like
full 180, 360, whatever they say.
Yeah, 180, I think. Yep.
Okay, so you said that you started this for because of helping teenage skin, stuff like that.
Yes.
How long ago was that then? Where did this kind of started coming in?
I remember, if you don't.
Go on.
It was 2018 and I was still in college was when we started it.
Okay.
So I was still struggling with my skin through like the end of high school into the beginning of college. And then I'm sure we'll get into it, but she created our honey mask. And that was something that I was using personally just while I was at school. And my skin really started to heal and get a lot better.
Okay.
And then I remember I was home it was either Thanksgiving or Christmas break time frame because I was home from school. And we were sitting at the dining room table, and I remember just talking about how much I liked it. And then you were like, well, maybe we should make a business out of it. And I was like, oh, yeah, we should try.
FBLA.
And then we kind of just, it really just started from there. So I was still in college when we.
Gotcha. Okay. So this is your third career, started at CPA.
Yeah.
What about you? It's
actually my second career, technically. Okay. So we started it while I was in college in 2018. So I was at Penn State studying marketing and psychology. But at this point, it was still, even smaller, like micro business, side hustle type of thing.
Yep.
And then when I was graduating college, it's like I could have possibly went right into doing essentially Haitos, but we were still pretty small. But I was like, I just went to school and I want to kind of use my degree a little bit or just some sort of security. I wanted to be making some money.
Yeah.
So I moved to Philly right after school and I worked doing healthcare recruiting for 2 years in Center City. So for a company called Addison Group. And I loved it. So if anybody from Addison Group who follows me will ever watch this video, I would still be there if essentially Haitos didn't exist. Honestly, I worked there for 2 years, but then it got to the point where my time was just being stretched and I was being stretched too thin trying to do both things. COVID happened and it kind of just seemed to be the right thing.
We talk about COVID in every single episode.
So COVID
it's crazy
happened.
how it affects everybody in a different way, but all similar.
Right. So then I kind of was like waited for my lease to be up in Philly, put in my 2 weeks at work, and then came back into Lebanon and then just decided I'm going to do essentially Haitos full time with my mom.
Gotcha. So timeline, you said 2018 is when the
Soft
first
launch.
First idea came about. You started using it.
Yeah.
Fast forward, what year did you graduate college then?
2019. So spring
2019.
Of
So
2019.
2021. So 2 years at your job then.
Yep.
And then you came home, and in 2021, is this when this was like, we're doing this?
It started for me a little earlier than that. My last year at the high school was the graduating class of 2019 is when I left the high school. I worked from home. I left teaching just in time because COVID.
Well, I was just about to say that, with
so
COVID, because it changed so much.
Yeah. So then we actually moved in here. We
in
started
2020.
we started working on it. We did all the work ourselves.
That's wild.
The summer of 2020.
That reminds me, because that was when we were doing next door.
Yeah.
Yes.
We had owned that building, and I remember because Steve was over here helping with
the supplements. Is
No,
that
Steve,
it
the
was-
ball.
it
He's
was
ball
help-
headed.
yeah,
He was
because
helping.
Mike helped.
Mike,
My
yeah.
brother-in-law. My brother-in-law
Oh,
helped
oh,
put in
oh.
the.
Yes.
He did the back part.
Yes, and yeah, that's how I actually met Steve
Yeah.
so happily from him being in this place.
Right. I want to call out my brother-in-law, Mike Haitos. So he did the work in the back. He
Shout
also-
out to
yeah.
Mike. You guys did everything else.
Yeah, we did the painting and. Yes.
And I had two friends from college,
Yeah.
from Penn State, who actually did this mural behind us.
It's
so
awesome.
we
It's
had them
gorgeous.
come in
Yeah.
and they painted it.
hand painted it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, so now we're in 2021. It started a little bit earlier for you.
Mm-hmm.
You now were getting stretched, and you're like, hey, like I'm gonna leave my full-time job and
Yep.
take this side hustle and turn it into business. And it was
Right.
a little bit 2 years ish
Yeah.
prior to that of you starting the ball.
Right.
So now
Yep.
we're in 2021, right?
Yep.
Did you already have the name established? Did you already have the products established? Like, what did that look like?
Yeah, so the name was established. We had, I would say, maybe half the scale of like products. So we've
Okay.
grown, we've probably doubled our product line, I'd say,
At that
since
point,
then.
we were just primarily masks.
Like face masks
Gotcha.
and like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like-
we've really expanded into like our cleansers, moisturizers. I mean, just the
What's
whole.
that? How does that process? Like, how do you think of those things? Like,
Talk to her.
Do you just say there's a void in the industry, and I think this is a good product, or there's a product already there that you think this is better? Like, how do you come up with different? I don't know about any of this
Right,
stuff. So, like,
yeah.
how do you go from face mask to a cleanser to a scrub? Like, where do these ideas come from, or choice, I should say?
For us, I mean, for me, I just saw it as a gap in what we had to offer our customers.
Gotcha.
So people were coming to us. At that point, we had the masks, we had coffee scrub, we had the eye serum,
Mhm.
and all of that's kind of at the back end of a skincare routine.
Okay.
So, I mean, my thought was, okay, we should have something on the front end, which is the cleansing
Yeah.
and the moisturizing.
Were
So-
you having clients coming in and getting those products and then saying, hey, like, do you have this?
Yes.
Is that kind of how that kind of started popping
Yeah, like
up?
people are getting our face masks and they're like, oh, do you make any like cleansers or
Yeah.
do you have anything else? And we're kind of like, oh, well, we're not there quite yet, but
It's
we
coming.
made it there.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I think the other thing was I've used a lot of skincare products starting from middle school and high school because I've always just had like that insecurity about my skin when it was like worse and I was breaking out more
Yeah.
and stuff. And a lot of cleansers that I was using, if you have like acne prone skin, can be very like drying or a little bit harsh for the skin. So we use honey as kind of one of our like main ingredients that we love using in an array of our products. So our cleansing line is called the Clean Bee line because we integrate honey into those products.
Okay.
So like our cleanser is a high percentage of just the raw honey. And then if we're not using honey specifically, we'll use like Manuka honey extract, royal jelly extract, like something to kind of make that all cohesive.
Okay.
So something
How
that I
did
didn't
you-
really see when you just shop at Rite Aid or Sephora.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not necessarily seeing that as like the ingredient.
Okay. How did the honey come about?
Well, the honey came about because it started off with the honey mask that
Okay.
I made, and that was strictly me
Just test
just doing research and
testing
testing.
the waters.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were a test subject.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
But I'm
I-
happy about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I
It
think
worked out.
back just one instance.
Yeah.
I didn't just jump into like randomly
Yeah.
throwing stuff together. I did study
Yeah.
through an online formulation, organic formulation.
Okay.
Of course.
So you're a scientist,
yes,
too.
Yes, I am a
Basically,
scientist.
that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when you say it, it sounds like, you're diving into so many, like, random, products and then coming up with the formula to put together to, provide this unique and amazing product. So,
Yeah. I'm proud of our products.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
no, for
I
sure.
really like them.
So the name, essentially, Haitos, when did that come about?
So you'll
She's-
laugh. You're
she's-
gonna laugh.
I'm
she
making
just,
you
yeah,
face at
yeah.
that.
So I
You
was
both grinned.
I
Yeah.
was still early on in my studying days of marketing because now I would be like,
Yeah,
why would
I
we
am
call?
too.
So when I think like my marketing mind turns on and I'm just like the name essentially Haitos. If you don't know us like personally, like local, our last
Right.
name
Yeah.
Haitos, it doesn't stand out as a skincare brand. You have no idea what we sell. not our best, but we just threw it together one
Hey,
day.
ask for Noah. You know what I mean?
You know what I
It's-
mean? And
Yeah,
it kind of stuck, but it really came from the essentially is because we also use essential oils
Yeah.
in our products. So that's how we came up with, okay, you know, we use the power of natural ingredients, essential oils, essentially Haitos.
And it's us, essentially.
Yeah.
It's us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not our best move.
When,
I mean, it's
when did that name come about though? Like,
early on.
because
early
you
on.
started-ish, you said you left school 2019-ish.
Yeah, it
So
was
that-
before that.
Yeah,
it was
we
like
had-
when we came up with the idea to do it, we're just like, oh, what are we going to call it? Yeah,
Essentially
Haitos.
There you
Okay,
go.
bing.
Yeah.
Roll,
Yeah.
roll with it.
And
Yeah.
we just, yeah.
I don't think either of us thought it would become
Isn't that
What
the
it
beauty?
is.
Isn't that
Yeah,
the
we
beauty
didn't think that
Right.
at
of
all.
Yeah.
like small businesses and things of that nature? Of like, you know, you always hear the stories of like, oh, that multi-million-dollar business started in a garage or
Yeah.
parents' basement or you know wherever, you know, started for your daughter's skin, you know,
Yeah.
things like that, and then it grows into this, you know,
Yeah.
it just keeps going with
Yeah,
it. People
absolutely.
enjoy the product. You have a good product and stuff like that. So now we're going into 2021. You know what I mean? You said you got this place 2020, started
Mm-hmm.
working on it. Where is this location?
We are at 906 Cumberland Street,
Okay.
Lebanon, Pennsylvania.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now you guys have a brick and mortar. Do you guys do like e-commerce and things of that nature? Like how does that look? Because your product is
Yeah.
very universal. It's very
Right.
global.
Right. Well, I don't know if you know the actual percentage. I bet you over 70% of our business is online.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But with that 70%, local people order online.
Yeah,
as
for
well.
sure.
You know what I mean? So
And
just not
COVID
everyone's
probably
just walking
COVID
in.
was a catalyst to all that too.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People bought online previous to COVID, but COVID really was like, oh well, now you can click a button for anything. I can
Right.
literally order groceries online and they get delivered to my house. You can order prescriptions, they can get delivered now. You can
Right.
Yeah.
order you know, snacks at the convenience store now off of DoorDash. Like it's
Yeah.
ridiculous
Yeah.
how much convenient wise it can be. So 70% is online, 30% is walk-in business or local business. Like what does that look like?
So I consider walk-in or my clients, I
Okay.
consider kind of like when they come in to see me and then they purchase things when they leave from getting a facial or any service.
Gotcha.
I consider
So while we
that.
dive into
yeah.
that, what are the services you provide?
So I'm an esthetician. So I went back to school in 2021. Once I came back here to
Okay.
do this full time, then I took the 4 months to go back full time to get my esthetician's license. So I do pretty much all skincare. So meaning like any sort of facial dermaplaning, chemical peels, regular like enzymes, manual extractions. I don't know if everybody. I have a wide service
Yeah.
line, so
Yeah.
anything for your skin, like I'll do it. But I also do eyebrows and lashes.
Okay.
But I just do lash lifts and tints, brow lamination and tints, so stuff
Okay.
like that.
Full service.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's really cool. So you actually have the product and the service then.
correct.
So you have full circle because there, you know, seems like a lot of businesses out there have one or the other, or they have one and they third party another one, or vice versa.
Right.
Right.
So it's really cool that you guys, you know, the dynamic duo here of like product service.
Yeah.
So we're fast forwarding now. It's 2024. What does it look like now? Okay. So we're talking. This idea came in 2018. So we're about 6 years, going on 7 years into this idea, which they say it takes anywhere between 5 to 7 for a business to actually really establish itself. The idea,
Yeah.
you know, to come to fruition. So where are we at now?
Okay, well, this is our store. I man the store
Okay.
because Alicia's esthetician practice has grown so much that
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. But unfortunately, we're under two roofs. She's at one location. I'm here.
Okay.
I formulate. You can't see it from where we are, but there's a back room here. You don't have to show up, but we formulate everything here. So I make everything.
Make sure
here.
you get that though. She'll edit it in. We'll give the
Okay.
full scope. Yeah.
So we make everything here, sell it here. So I'm very operational.
Yeah.
I'm like the backbone of the business, whereas Alicia's the forward
The
facing.
face.
She's the face.
The face.
I will occasionally make an appearance.
Zoom in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll occasionally make an appearance, but yeah. I
Okay.
just-
So currently, you're at this location, and
Yes.
you're. Why don't you tell them?
I'm at Maymay's Salon, so that's right on South 7th Street, near like the Lebanon High School. So, well, that's what I was going to say, where the business is going. We have signed a letter of intent for a new location that's being renovated as we speak. So hopefully by early next year, we'll be under the same roof. So we'll have a place for where you do your formulations, where we have the retail store, and then where I also have, my treatment room.
Yeah.
And then I think we may even have a second treatment room, so there could be growth there as
That's
well.
awesome.
That's the plan.
Yeah. So there's a lot of growth coming.
Yeah.
Because it seems like you guys have outgrown yourselves. You know what I mean? You've expanded. You know, you're under 2 roofs. So, the future looks like you guys are going to be able to now, under one roof, provide all the product and service in one, which is always, it's always difficult when it's in 2 different places, but it still complements each other. But imagine you being in the same place, someone comes in and it's like, oh, well, what about this service, or what about this product and stuff like that. So
that's what I'm excited about. And here we have the plexiglass window.
Yeah.
Because I like showing people
where
we make the product, so we're gonna have the same type of
I think that really
aesthetics
there. That idea. I always think breweries. You know what I mean? Like, I think being transparent and showing that really connects you to your clients. You know what I mean? Someone walks in and gets to see, oh, wow, they're making it right there. Like it's all in front of me. Yeah. So that's cool. Are you gonna try and have a similar style at your new location?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's gonna be awesome. You can have like an experience. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
like,
kind of how we're looking at it.
And over this last year and a half, we've visited a lot of different places because we've been thinking about wanting to move and get us under the same roof, but we have such unique needs of like wanting a retail spot, wanting a back spot for me to have a treatment room, but we like the open feel. It's just a unique thing that we want.
So finding the right spot. I know we talked in the
past.
That's
been hard.
So you would say that's about what, 1.5, 2-year journey now that you've been
probably
speaking about it. You said you were traveling, probably checking out different locations, different areas and stuff like that. Okay.
And I mean, we also wanted to stay in Lebanon, so we didn't want to move.
I love, you know what I mean? We talk about that all the time.
Yeah, we didn't want to move out of Lebanon itself, so that also limits us. I'm sure there are some other really great locations that we could be in, but we really were trying to focus on staying right here in the community.
That's fantastic.
So.
Ideally, I wanted to stay.
Yeah.
I wanted to stay on Cumberland Street.
I know.
I still have some things in the back of my mind, but.
Hey, you never know for the future.
Right,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
As you guys continue to grow and expand and stuff like that.
But this other opportunity just.
It fits.
It
sounds right.
Yeah. And once we went and visited, obviously it was still bare when we went to go see it.
The vision.
But it was there, and we were just like, this seems like it would be silly for us to pass up.
Okay.
So.
For the moment in where you're, that's the hard part about business is seizing opportunities and going with the growth, because like you said downtown and eventually being downtown, that's not out of the picture. You know what I mean? There could always be a potential opportunity, but that's future and this is present. So it's hard sometimes to make that decision of I can't pass this opportunity up, and then think, because I'm a very big I don't like to do things twice, and I think sometimes that holds me back. So I won't do something because in the back of my head I'm like, well, if I do it now, I'm gonna have to do it again in the future. That's all what business is just repetition and consistency and constantly back and forth and stuff like that. So I'm super excited for the new location.
We are too.
You guys, when will you officially announce that? Have you guys planned? Because you said hopefully in the new year, which again,
there's a lot
moving parts.
Yeah, so we're gonna wait till we have a little bit more of a specific date from the
owner, landlord.
The owner, you're right. So once he kind of knows, I think we'll be able to have you in. We don't want to announce any sort of date until we kind of have an idea.
That's awesome.
Because who knows what kind of hiccups will come along.
Oh no,
I
was gonna say if there's always, especially if there's any renovation involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's good that you guys are gonna wait, but super excited for that you guys can announce and stuff like that. So what are some of the products? What's your biggest and best products that you could recommend to people?
Yeah, so my holy grail product has been and always will be our Bright Tight Smooth Honey Mask. So that was the product that we started with, when I was in college. I'm saying,
That's the OG?
Yeah,
okay.
it just that's what shifted my skin, like and now as an esthetician, I know what was going on. Like in hindsight, I see what I was doing wrong, and the honey mask helped to repair my skin
you were
barrier.
educated and everything
Right.
else like
So
that.
in the time, I didn't know what was going on. I just knew this thing works, and I'm never going to stop using it. So I continue to use that to this day.
Okay.
But truthfully, the products that now have become our best sellers by far from like all of our, clients, customers, is our Clean Bee line. So we have a 4-step daily skincare system. So it's it's 2 cleansers, a toner, and a moisturizer, and essentially that's all you need to do for your skincare routine. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Good marketing.
But
what's our tagline? 4 steps,
5 minutes.
Clean. What is it? Happy, healthy skin.
There we
Happy,
go.
healthy skin. 4 minutes, 5 steps.
No. 4 steps.
4 steps.
5
minutes.
minutes.
Happy, healthy skin.
I love it. There you go.
So they're the ones that are right here.
Yeah.
So those are our best sellers,
Okay.
By far. And I mean, that's
So-
probably one of the first things I recommend, because a lot of time I have people come in and they don't have a routine, or they're really like, I don't know what to use. And the great thing about this system is it's good for all skin types. So I know that sometimes people are like thinking, well, why would somebody with acne be able to use the same thing as somebody with mature skin? But honey is so diverse that it really does work for everybody. So honey is naturally antibacterial. So that's why it is good for like if you have like acne prone skin, it's helping to clear up like the bacteria that could be in your acne, as well as it's anti-inflammatory. But it's also a natural humectant. So that means it naturally helps to draw in moisture to your skin. So if you're older and you have more mature skin, it's still helping to bring in that moisture levels. It's not going to be drying you out. So you can talk more about
No,
it. She
you're-
formulates
Yeah,
it.
no.
But
She's
I'm
doing-
saying,
Yeah.
like, that's why, like, people think, how can I use the same thing as my mom? I'm telling you, it works. I use it and she uses it, and we
That's-
have very different skin types. But sometimes you don't want all of the, we like to say, obviously, natural, like nature. Nature does it best.
Yeah.
Everything else is copying what nature already has. Like the products, like the synthetic products, a lot of the time. Not that all of them aren't great. Like there's not good products out there, but they're essentially trying to mimic things that in nature there's already ingredients that do
when
that
it's already
for you.
out there, so why not
Right.
put it together?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome.
That's definitely our.
I love that that was like a tutorial right
I
there.
know.
That was like
I
that was a great
I don't know what
that
you
was a
thought I
great that was
gonna
great
add to that.
information.
Oh, I thought you were looking at me like, oh yeah, and I'm thinking.
No,
oh,
I
go
was
ahead.
like, go.
No,
Go, girl.
that's perfect. I love it.
That in the mirror.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
every-
seriously, like
every
every
day.
morning she was like boom, boom, boom. I was just picturing like sales operation, like bullet
Yeah.
points. Hit it, hit it, hit
My
it. close it.
elevator pitch. So
Yeah,
when people
I
ask,
love
what's your
it.
business? I'm like, actually, funny you ask.
Yeah.
It was perfect. How much time?
We're at 23.
Okay. So let's we'll backtrack a little bit. So let's jump back into, you know what I mean, we went over the business, where you guys, where you're at now, where you're going. We dived a little bit in where you came from. Let's go a little bit back, because, there's always, you were a CPA.
Yeah.
So, being a small business, you wear so many different hats. So, and on top of that too, the mother-daughter dynamic, like, those are things that come into play too. So how does it look like to be able to balance all of those things? You know what I mean? Like, do the accounting, do the bookkeeping, do the all the e-commerce stuff, do the marketing, do the, do your work on top of that, do your work on top of that, the daily stuff. But what about, the on the business stuff? Like, how does that look between you two?
So all I'll say is I don't know how we managed we're the perfect fit for each other,
Yeah.
because she is the back end. She can do the accounting. She is good with her Excel sheets.
Yeah, I think I know an accountant, right?
Yeah, she's good with her Excel sheets and her per unit cost and our labor cost and things
Oh,
that
I
I'm
love
kind
that.
of
I love
like.
that
Yeah.
stuff.
So that's her,
The
which
data.
is perfect.
Yeah.
But then she's kind of like, and she does help with marketing and emails and stuff, so I'm not taking that away. But it's also nice, like when it comes to like branding or ideas for videos, or like all the marketing mindset can come from me.
Yeah.
As well as I'm comfortable being in front of the camera and kind of getting some things on social media
Oh,
that
clearly
we need.
the elevator pitch was
So
Yeah.
mint.
so it's like perfect. Like we literally like seamlessly like fit together. But she definitely wears, I would say, even more hats than I do.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
yeah, it
It's
sounds like a
challenge.
perfect.
There's always something you feel like you're not getting
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
done.
that's every day. The
Oops,
list
here.
grows.
Oh, we do have somebody coming
Yeah.
in.
That's okay.
Client.
I have
1
no
second.
idea.
So we were talking about the dynamic between you two before we got interrupted, but it was great. You guys had a client that came in, always
Yeah.
a good thing.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you guys have a very balanced relationship, which is always good in business because there is two sides of the business. There's always the operational side, and then there's usually the sales and marketing side of things. So how does it work with you guys being mom and daughter? How does that dynamic work?
Sometimes it's,
Because
yeah.
it's family, it's
Yeah.
parent, daughter.
Well, when we were, before you really were spending more and more time at Maymay's in your treatment room, when we were in here together a lot, this is not a large space. Yeah.
Was there some headbutt,
No,
like-
but it was.
Was there rumbling?
It was funny. If there would have been somebody in here filming us, it would have.
It was just typical mom,
Yeah,
daughter.
But yeah, and we're can be kind of aggressive with our
Okay.
like just kind of funny,
Yeah.
like
Bumping into her.
yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of.
Okay, so you
yeah.
were rumbling.
Yeah, she's yeah.
Yeah, and I find it's not mother-daughter, it's more generational.
Okay.
How I like to work and be productive, and I can get like really focused, and she'll be in here and she's on her phone, doing, all the time, and it's driving me nuts, but she's doing what she's supposed to be
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
She's on social media, she's posting, she's doing this, she's doing that,
I'm
she's
editing
doing
videos
stories.
Yeah,
Right.
commenting,
or whatever.
But
replying
all
to people.
I see as
Yeah.
as the old lady,
No, it sounds
all I
like a
see-
teacher.
Yeah, right?
all I see is her on her phone, and the steam starts, and it's sometimes I'm like, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And she's like, Mom, I just made a video. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. That is
So
tough.
that was more generational, and at one point we lived together too.
Okay.
Before she got her
Living and
apartment.
working
So we
together
lived
is a lot.
together, we
Yeah.
worked
Like, as an
together.
adult.
Right.
Like, people don't realize that. As a child, whatever, but once you become like adult and like you have your routines and
Yeah.
things of that nature and your routines
Right.
and
So when she moved back from Philadelphia until
Yeah,
she got
first.
her apartment,
there's always
then-
this is my house.
Yeah.
We tried not to do that. We tried not to do that, but we were together
A lot.
a little.
And now
Yeah.
she
a
misses
little
me
too much.
because I'm
I
not
do.
with her
I
enough.
do.
That's-
Now I'm like, where are you?
That's awesome though. But so like it's funny you did say that though about like her being on her phone and you're like, oh man, like what's she doing, all her stuff. I think that's just a concept in business in general for
Right.
any partnerships, whether it's family related or not. Like when you sometimes can't see what someone's doing or there isn't a metric to track it or anything like that.
Right.
Sometimes you're like, well, I'm working hard, like what's
Yeah.
going on over here? And then it's vice versa. You could
Right.
be you see her back there doing something like that. So that is super common. It's probably
Yeah.
just a little extra being mom
Yeah.
and daughter
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
But there's
Right.
definite trust. I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she
Well,
trusts
you've
me
been in
implicitly.
business
do,
now
yeah.
for almost 7 years now, ish.
We'll
Yeah.
go with between like it's closer to 6, but
Okay.
I was gonna go 5.
Still though, like that's
Yeah.
as a partnership or as a
Right.
group,
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
still a long time to like be in business together. So something must be working,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. We're hardworking.
Yeah.
So we get
Yeah.
it done.
Okay.
So-
So you said you're the face of the business, right? So like
Yep.
marketing, sales, social media, pushing clients, stuff like that, and you're
Yeah.
more the back end where it's
Very much so.
you're doing the operational stuff. You're coming up with the formulas. You're doing the
Packing,
data,
Right.
stuff like that, bookkeeping, all that other stuff. So it sounds like it's a great balance.
Yeah, and then we'll both. She's here more, so she does get more of our orders out now. But when I'm here, I'll try and label, get orders ready, like kind of get some of that more like tedious.
Yeah.
We appreciate all of it, but just the stuff that you just manpower. So then I'll come in here and I'll try and help do that too.
How many units would you say that you guys ship or sell, I guess, in a week or month's time? Like, because you're doing this all by hand, aren't you? Like, you're doing everything, like,
Yeah.
just the two of you. It sounds like mainly for now, and you'll step in whenever needed and stuff like that. And then you have your, the other secondary part of the business. Like,
Right.
how many units are going out? Because I know when my buddy had a supplement shop, like, supplements are like pills and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We had to package those by hand. You're talking thousands and thousands and thousands. We'd sit there all day, things like that.
wow.
So
Jeez.
what does that look like? How many units are you putting out there? How often does FedEx have to show up? Stuff like that. Because people don't
Well-
realize what it takes
Yeah.
for that part of the business to be able to
Right.
get your product out there.
Well, because we do we hand make everything, bottle everything, label everything, and
All
then
here.
all
Yeah.
here.
Awesome.
And then when the orders come in,
Homegrown.
we also hand pack everything. We're still going to. I still go to the post office.
Okay.
I do post office.
So you don't even have someone pick it up.
No, I tried doing that with the post office, and it was inconsistent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, when I say the order is going out today, it's
Yeah, because
going out
it
today.
could create an issue with the customer then.
Right.
Well, and luckily enough, the post office is closed.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can just do a daily run
Okay.
over to the post office. And then, we also have our subscription box. So that's once every 3 months. So that's
Okay.
a little bit more of like set. We have our subscribers. So with that, we put like new formulas or like new product ideas that like we're not necessarily like launching yet
Yeah.
into the subscription box. And then those are a lot of like what we say, our really loyal customers. So then we get feedback, and
Yeah.
that's kind of, so right now we're probably close to like somewhere between 50 and 60 subscribers that
That's awesome.
we do.
How do you subscribe? Or how do you become a subscriber? Is that like
yeah.
exclusive, or is that like something
So-
that anybody could become?
No, anybody.
Anybody can do it, but we have it what they call, I believe, a closed box style.
Yeah.
So we open up the box for a week period. So then we do like a big push through our email, social media, on our website, where you can sign up or you can order the box specifically during that week, and then it closes, and then we ship out and then all the boxes go out together
Okay.
in whatever that number may be. So I mean, it's fluctuated, but we've been doing it, I guess we're gonna be coming up on 2 years.
Okay.
So we'll be doing our 7th box
Right.
in August.
Okay.
So like our box will be open the first week.
Right.
So I guess next week
Yeah. So
You
then
can
once
order.
you subscribe, you're subscribed until
you
decide
cancel
to-
or
to
pause.
Yeah.
cancel or pause. So
Okay.
we have a core group, and then little by little we're adding
Yeah.
Awesome.
customers.
Is that through your website? Like, how does that work then? Like, if I want to check out, if
Yeah.
I'm a subscriber, do I go to your website for the open box to like see, like, is it to see what's in there, or like, is it to confirm that I want this box, or?
Yeah, so right now, if you go to the website, up on the menu, you'll see a link for subscription
Okay.
box, and it'll take you to a landing page, which fully describes the box in principle. And
Okay.
not telling you exactly what's going to be in the next box.
Gotcha.
Tells you all about how the subscription process works, and then at the top there's a form to get on the wait list.
Okay.
And then if you're on the wait list, we'll contact you via email when the box is open, and if we're having any bonuses, like
Okay.
we try to give bonuses for people to sign up on the first day.
Gotcha.
Because it's a lot of planning, because we make everything specifically
Yeah.
for the box. So we have to kind of guess ahead, okay, I'll plan
Give some
for
prep to it,
right,
yeah.
Right, yeah, I have to plan for this many,
And you're a planner, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because I spend a lot of time researching, finding product, testing formulas,
Yeah.
then ordering all of the ingredients,
And trying it
it's-
out and things of that.
Yeah.
Are you the test sub? Like, are you still the test? Like, when she comes
Yeah.
with ideas, does she say, "Hey, I want you to try this for like a month"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
yeah,
awesome.
pretty much. Yeah.
Now you said earlier, I'm assuming it's that box.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't we? What's that box? Is that the subscription, or is that something different?
Yeah, so that's what our subscription box comes in.
Okay.
So the products that are up there was actually, what was that our?
That's a while
Yeah,
ago.
this was probably a box we had over a year ago.
Okay.
So all the boxes come with at least 5 products.
Okay.
But then we also will source another, so each box will source another natural product or another local product to put
Okay.
in. All
Exciting.
self-care.
Like a third party.
Yeah, all
Nice.
self-care related. So that's really the
Collaboration over
theme.
competition. The whole
Yeah.
essence behind SBS. That's
Right.
awesome.
Exactly. And then we'll also obviously formulate our own. So for that one, you can see behind is a headband.
Yeah.
So that was just a self-care. So when you're washing your face, you have a headband to keep your hair out of your face.
Okay.
And then we'll sometimes incorporate our own products, here in the store. So
Yeah.
we had our coffee lover scrub. Then we did a limited edition lip scrub. So just different scent and oil. Then we did a serum as well as a limited edition face mask.
Okay.
So that's
Are
kind
any of those products still on shelf? Like, do you still sell any of those products, or were those like
The
ones
lips-
that were?
the lip
Yeah.
scrub, and then this is actually our balancing serum. So that was kind of like a sample size
Gotcha.
of here. I'll just grab it. So that was like, we put it in our own, like that's how we had it in our skin investment box,
Yeah.
but now people liked it and now we have it
So
in
that-
our Clean Beat. Correct. Made it to a full-time
That was
product.
the
Yeah.
so that was the idea, is like you're, also sending it out saying, hey, like this is something that we've been working on. What do you think?
Yeah.
Right.
And then they say yay or nay or give you feedback or anything like that, and then it becomes a new product.
Right.
That's
Correct.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic way to like
To
gauge
see
your
like what do
clientele.
people
Yeah.
love, or like when we get feedback, like after the first week, we'll get messages or I'll get texts, especially if like they're
local.
like my clients or something
Yeah.
like that. Oh my gosh, I love this. And if we get 10 people who are already raving about something, I'm like, okay, I think this could be a product that we can bring on full time. That we know people will like.
Yeah. You said that about the website. What is your website?
www.essentiallyhaitos.com.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we dove into where you guys came from and how the idea came to fruition. We talked about the current right now with your location and the products you have, and we talked about the future. Is there anything else you guys want to add about the business that you want to put out there?
I don't
No?
know. I'm like, what? You have something?
No, I'm just I
I'm-
feel like I've been talking a lot.
No,
No,
it's been
that's
great.
okay.
I think we covered a lot.
Yeah,
I think
we
you
covered everything.
you got the
like-
foundation and all the
Yeah.
information, and you guys
Yeah.
really dove into also providing the information on the product too, which is always huge for
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
out there that are watching the video and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
the-
yeah,
The fun part for me is the research and the development.
Yeah.
And like creating new product. It was hard for me the first few years, because we have a lot of carrying costs with inventory.
Yeah,
like
for
a
sure.
lot of our money is tied up, and I just wanted to constantly experiment.
Yeah.
So I was buying.
the curiosity
Oh my gosh, I was buying so much raw material inventory.
and inventory is on the P&L.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were kind of upside down for a
Yeah.
little while because I was buying and experimenting. Now I've learned that okay, kind of tone it
The
down.
R&D department
Yeah.
had to take a little step
Yeah,
back for a
yeah,
little
right.
bit.
Tone it, and that's honestly how the Skin Investment Box
Sort of started.
So
how
that's
the con-
that's your
that's
R&D
how the
department.
conversation
That's awesome.
started,
Yeah.
because I was like,
And it's super interactive too.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of gets my creative part, my investigation, my R&D part out.
Mm-hmm.
How much is the
Oh
subscription?
yeah, that's a good point. Thank you.
$55,
Awesome. And it's
Plus-
every
3 months.
Three
So
months.
quarterly. So
Gotcha.
4 years.
And you're definitely getting a minimum.
Most of them are over $100
over
value.
value.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a crazy.
Yeah.
And they're also getting first insight too.
Right.
And there's a lot of like high end ingredients
Yeah.
in these skin investment products that. Not that they don't get to our everyday, but we're testing them out.
Yeah, it's a risk you're
with
taking
this.
for your clients. You know what I mean?
Right.
To be able to come up with something that's, a
Unique.
great product,
Yeah.
unique, and does what you're saying it's going to do, and then also
Mm-hmm.
too getting the feedback from them of like, at the end of the day, the clients,
Yeah.
they're right. If they're
Right.
trying it every day, and it's like, hey, like,
Yeah.
30% of your clients are like, I don't like it, but 70 are saying
Yeah.
it. It's like, oh, so that's real. How do you determine if it goes to shelf?
Alicia.
Yeah, mostly through like feedback,
Yeah.
but also, if I'm like really passionate about that, I really like it. I'm like, people are gonna like this. We'll
Send it.
create, we'll
Yeah.
just do like a good, product launch, and we usually
Yeah.
kind of go from there.
What does a product launch look like? Like for you
Um,
guys, like what does it look like in the behind the scenes and in the front of the scenes? Like
So-
for you, we understand like
Yeah.
the hours and the formulation, all that stuff. But what does it look like when you actually like put it out there on the shelf and in front of people?
So mostly just like we do a lot of our stuff through social media. So social media and email, pretty
Okay.
much like just talking about like this upcoming product, what it does, highlighting ingredients,
Yeah.
highlighting how to use it. I'll usually make some like demos at home, like using the product and stuff, and kind of just doing like a build up. So
Okay.
then when it's finally released, you know, people who follow us or our current customers are like excited about it, and then we'll kind of do like usually a discount, like some sort
Yeah.
of, you know what I
Like
mean?
a promotion
if you buy
sale.
It, yeah,
Yeah.
a promotion
Awesome.
when you buy it within the
And
first
you
few
guys
days.
release both online and in store?
Correct.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Is everything typically stocked? Like, how does that work then for your product, each different product? Like, everything on your website stocked? Like, if I would just walk in and say, hey, I saw this on your website, like, do you have that available, or do you guys have certain ones that are more, you know, prone to being brick and mortar versus being e-commerce?
There's very little that's only brick and mortar.
Okay.
Sometimes if, like for the Skinvestment box, if I plan for X amount and we sell
And you have some excess.
Right, and we have extra, I'll typically just put those in the store or sell them through email to existing customers, because it's not worth
Yeah.
Right.
all of the rigmarole to get them online. The benefit of making all the products ourselves is I really don't worry about selling out of anything,
Yeah.
because I know that, like, as I was looking at, we're running out of all the Clean Bee products, all the small size Clean Bee. I'm just like, okay, that's on my to-do
Yeah.
list for next week. Make sure.
Yeah, because you have control over
Right,
all of it.
right,
You're not
yeah.
using a third party for honestly anything. It sounds like you know
Yeah.
you're making
Yeah.
it and shipping it. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
huge, especially in the industry nowadays where like a lot of people do just you know white label what they call and stuff like
Right.
that, or use the drop shipping and all that other stuff. You know, you're giving such a hands-on, you know, loving, caring, and unique product and service. Like that's people are gonna pay for that. You know.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap it up for today. Thank
All
you
right.
so much. If you guys want to drop, you know, the your social, all your links and stuff like that, where they can find you, that'd be great.
Oh, so
Yeah.
on Instagram we are at essentially_Haitos. Facebook is just essentially Haitos. Then my personal is just at Alicia Haitos. So if you don't know how to spell Haitos, you won't be able to find us. So it's HAIT as in Tom OS.
Awesome.
Do we want to talk about? We were going to do like a little
I don't know what you're.
The giveaway, yes.
a giveaway.
Oh.
Yep. So that's what we're getting into next. So
Okay.
every SBS, you know, partner, we always ask them to do a giveaway because the whole idea about this platform is engaging, you know, everybody's following and stuff like that. So every SBS we do a giveaway. What do you guys have to give away today?
Doing it.
Yep.
So we'll do a Clean Bee bundle. So our 4-step routine in like the travel size. So 2 ounces of our cleansing nectar, gentle honey cleanser, toner, and moisturizer, as well as a small Bright Tight and Smooth honey mask, because again, that's my absolute favorite. And then I'll throw in a $25 discount for a service, for any service.
So awesome. So we're getting
So
product
let me,
and
like,
service.
Yeah, I'm like adding that up. In
Oh,
my
that's a
head.
big, that's a,
18
The
plus
accountant over here is like,
Yeah, so like 145
you're gonna get a $145
value.
value.
for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as always, we need you to like, share, and comment 2 of your friends to enter into the giveaway. We will be posting this. This is going to be, I was telling you guys, this is, you know, going to be season 2. So when this gets
Sure.
released, you guys are going to be part of season 2.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you for being on SBS today. As always, thank you for following. Make sure to like, follow, and share. And I'm Noah with Ask for Noah Property Solutions. We're a professional home buyer. So if you're thinking of selling or buying, give us a shout. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Thanks.
you. See ya.
Thank you, Noah.
That's
Thank
perfect.
you.
Thank you.